When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Florida State Seminoles. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Tar Heels will kick it away first. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Second down.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, running back on the move. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let them get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Power football with the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Well, this tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
The give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the run. Picks up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
That's why, as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on third down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
On fourth down, going to the air. Converts on fourth down, and then he's still going. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Handoff from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. Was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Gives it on the option. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
The 8-yard line brings up second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the shotgun, the inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Third down play from the gun. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes, but fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Tar Heels! Fit it in the window for the score.
North Carolina.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Got his man! And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He's stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's crossed. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
In college football, you see this a ton now, and you use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
The Tar Heels have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Find some fresh air. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. A first down run in the red zone. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, North Carolina! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
With the grab and the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David. There he goes! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Seminoles will hustle to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Applewhite. Flips it out on the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Finley. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Touchdown, no! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Turning it on! Touchdown, UNC! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's not going to take the touchback. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Back to throw, it's Applewhite. Steps away. Makes the grab. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wheeler or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. Oh, better look out. Breaks into the open. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over. First and 10.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And the Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Release to the back. Grabs it in the middle. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Really great job by the running back there on the angle route on third down. He sold it as if he was running to the flat, and at the last second put his foot in the ground and crossed the defender's face, making that an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Tar Heels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Good timing on the quick out. Oh, he's got some space. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there. Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Pulls it and fires to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the Dome. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man quickly. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Will take over. First and 10.
They'll go to the ground. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. The inside handoff. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. At the 45 on his way. Hits the afterburners. He's at the... and he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Florida State.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Right on the money. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And Jesse, you have a slot receiver like this, he can create matchup nightmares for a defense.
No doubt about it, Reese. And him and this quarterback, they really are on the same page. He's so deliberate with his route run.
Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, North Carolina! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Florida State, 21.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. Zips it out to his man. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Out of the gun to give to the back. Got the first down and more. Turning on the Jets. Pass to Tech. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Noles!
That's a huge play for the offense because it keeps this thing one possession. They're going to be receiving first in the third quarter, and if they can keep this thing moving, all of a sudden they may have the lead here very soon.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Florida State, 28.
The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Firing to the right, complete. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Fires to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
They'll give it to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The short hands, it's Cross. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
And I tell you what, if you told them they were going to be 3 for 3 now on 4th downs, they'd have said, yes, please, and that's why they're winning the game right now. You get an extra down so often, you have so much success. This offense is cooking, especially on 4th down.
Off play action on 1st down. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Quick release by the QB. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
And the Tar Heels will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. Hard running there. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield behind the defense.
There he goes. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first. Now recovering the fumble.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, UNC! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
42, Florida State, 28.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. Back open in the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Knowles are moving quickly down the field. A run for the quarterback. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.
Music no! Music no! 22!
Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week, he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Now the lead is down to 11.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Working that left side now. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it. but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Defense in press coverage. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it. Turning it on. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got his man on the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Caught near the sticks. It's Cross. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tar Heels. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You had to wonder about this guy's confidence coming into this one. He put it on the ground in their last game. They lost. He had to hear about it all week long in the media, and now he's just put it on the ground again.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Can make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Lining up to convert third down. These DBs going to give a little cushion. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Tar Heels decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Takes it on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Handoff from the shotgun. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Running back searching for a hole. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team?
40-yard line. 4th down coming up.
Ready, go!
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Brought down at the 8-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 pass.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
And this is the part of the game where you can really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the 4th quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
They'll leave it with him. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. Defense might bring the house here. The give to the tailback. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Breaks into the open.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Tar Heels will line it up on 1st and 10. The give on the option. Running into the open space. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Timeout.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. From the gun, the ground game. And some room to work. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And the Tar Heels didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Leaves it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. And the Seminoles are in the hurry-up. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down.
Come on, set.
Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
One more play to pad the stats. back to pass. It's out to White. Pocket breaking down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it's